Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back. I find myself this evening on the Kawasaki once again. Just dropped Petya off at the family's house so that my sister and my mother and Petya can have some girl time with the baby, my sister's baby. I went in and ate all the food, and then I said, well, my work here is done, and I think I'm gonna hop on the bike and ride around the east side. What I mean by the east side is the east side of Seattle. For people that aren't familiar with the area, there's the greater Seattle area. It's basically divided into the west side, which isn't really known as the west side, and the east side, sides of Lake Washington, one of our major bodies of water. And we are out deep in the suburbs of the east side at the moment. A pretty nice suburb. And I don't really have a destination in mind. I just left. I don't have the GPS going. But the roads out here in the evening are nice and clear generally and pretty fantastic. Oh. Yeah, this little road is known as Flood Road and appears to be closed at the moment. There we go. Thank you. I didn't think that road would be closed. Usually it's closed in the winter. Anyway, not surprising. I won't be going that way this time. And that's okay, because there are many other ways to go, especially if you have no actual destination. I suppose there are infinite ways to go when you have no destination in mind. It's a pleasant evening, about 66 degrees and nice sunny sky. The sun's going down. It's about 7:40 p.m. Very pleasant. Excuse me. Pardon me. Yeah, Petya's gear has been an ongoing issue. It's great, you know, in some temperature ranges, a very narrow temperature range, but it's not great everywhere else, cold or too hot. I think a good set of gear should be, well, this is mesh gear, so it doesn't count, but a good set of all-around gear, I think should really work for maybe a 30 or 40 degree spans. Hers works for 15 to 20 degrees, and you know that isn't good enough. It necessitates having way too much gear, which on a motorcycle with two people, that's just too much. So she has obviously needed some better gear. We did get her a mesh suit after much trials and tribulations with shipping and returning and shipping and returning. We got her some good mesh gear that fits well enough and is quite protective, so I'm excited to try that out. We'll show you in the next video, I believe. And we've also got her a multi-season jacket, which we'll also show you, because having a repeat of her riding with no gear because it was too hot is unacceptable, so we're going to deal with that accordingly. This is a great road I just turned onto. It was one of my favorite roads to misbehave on as a kid. It's 4.6 miles long, and I don't remember what my times were in my beater Volkswagen, but yeah, they were not fast. Although me and the car thought we were quite fast. Too bad I'm old and responsible now, so yeah, I can't really misbehave and feel good about it. We can imagine though, we'll check out some of these curves and undulations, and you can imagine flying around here as a 16-year-old in a $500 Volkswagen. Sometimes the best riding roads are right in your own backyard. I would be complaining about slow vehicles in front of me, but these days I'm pretty complacent, and I just ate also a huge dinner at my mother's dinner table, which is always pretty good, mostly comprised of creatures with heat added to various degrees and stuff that washed up on the beach, so it's pretty good. Always tasty. Hey, we've got dual sport friend. Looks like he's got a fishing pole. Better stay away from me. You won't catch anything for 6 months. On to some freeway. Don't remember, 522, something like that. Doesn't matter. How do you carry fish on a dual sport, assuming you are able to catch them? Are there like big plastic fish bags that you can stick a big fish in? Do people catch big fish? I certainly don't catch fish. Well, I suppose most people just fish and catch and release, right? I mean, they're not necessarily keeping them. Shows what I know about fishing. Nice little evening ride. Sun going down, temperature is appropriate for humans. I am happy. All is well here in Washington State. Here's a biker figuring out where to go. It doesn't matter, buddy. Kind of nice to ride around with no GPS. I would say I miss those days, but GPS is so nice that I really don't miss those days, come to think of it. I don't know what I did before GPS, come to think of it. I probably was lost most of the time, but I probably wouldn't have been on time anyway, so, you know, even with GPS, I'm late all the time, so, you know, did it matter? That's a good question. This road is getting narrower and narrower. Now we've got old people walking dogs. I sense a U-turn in my future. All right. Back the way we came, I believe. No matter, we'll just continue to our destination of nothing in particular. Entering some farm country, I think, judging by the picket fences. Maybe we'll see a moo cow or two. I like cow. Horsies. Maybe shift up a bit for the horses. This bike isn't that loud, but, you know, motorcycles can always be quieter when it comes to horses, I think. Yeah, I have a Triumph, and I bought it because I've always wanted a Triumph. And, of course, you know, as you do, the first thing you do is get a loud pipe and all these things for it. And so I got a pipe, and then as I started riding it, I'm going, man, I am well into my 40s now, and do I really want to be rocking around making all this noise, you know, just annoying everybody? And then my sister had a baby, and I decided to not install the loud pipe on the Triumph right away. And you know what? I kind of like it. Wow, this is quite the complex. Can't really see it in the blinding sun. Oh, there's a corner right there. You know, adventure bikes are gaining popularity, and everybody's got a peak on their helmet these days, you know. And I know that they've been designed in wind tunnels and whatnot to be aerodynamic as possible and not, you know, create horrible wind buffeting and stuff for the rider. But I still can't imagine riding around with one of those peaks, especially on these fast roads we have around here at 80, 90 miles an hour. That peak is just going to blow your head off, I'd imagine. I've never tried it. I'll try it out one of these days. In fact, one of the problems with Petya's gear was that her helmet was just too hot. It does not vent very well, and in hotter days, her head is just suffering from that heat. So one of the things we got her is a new helmet that's supposed to be very, very lightweight and very venting, and I spent way too much money on it. but I figured if we're going to spend money on anything, it may as well be a helmet. So excited to see about that. But it does come with a peak that's removable, and I removed it the first thing because when you're a passenger on a bike and you've got a peak sticking out, it's obviously a problem every time you hit your brake or accelerate. That peak is going to whack the back of the helmet of the guy in front of you. But enough about Petya's gear. We'll do a short beginning of a video showcasing her gear and riding around when we get a chance. It really hasn't been that hot. It's, you know, it was really hot that one day that we had a gear problem when we started down the path of ordering all her gear, and suddenly it was you know, like this, like, you know, mid 60s, 66 degrees, and it wasn't hot anymore or cold. It's like room temperature. Go figure. All I had to do to fix the weather was buy motorcycle gear. I mean, yeah, looks like kind of a nice place to live out here. I don't know where I am. I've just been kind of rambling and riding. I wasn't filming. I almost got clobbered by some girl on a cell phone, as you usually do when you're riding a motorcycle. And then, of course, she says, "Oh, thank you, sorry, I almost murdered you." Seriously. We were eating dinner, you know, with my mother and stuff in the backyard, which is not a normal thing in the Pacific Northwest to be able to eat outside. But as you can see, it's a pretty nice day, so we did so, and I could just hear in the echoing through the hills of the suburbs, the sound of my people on their motorcycles. And of course, you know, you play the game. You know, what can you tell what it is? Of course you can't. I mean, the best of us could probably tell if it's a Harley Davidson or not. But I enjoy that game. But it made me sort of itch for a ride. Look at these farmlands in the sunset. That's quite the sight right there. Moo cows. I knew we would see moo cows. Oh, I love moo cows. I wish I had a cow. I would name him Gary. Or I guess it would be a girl cow. Otherwise it would be a boy. Or it would be a bull, right? Well, it would be Gary the girl then. Yeah, Gary the girl would be my buddy. Wow, what a stunning valley this is. That evening sun reflecting off the slopes in the distance. I hope you guys can see that in the camera. It looks like we've got some parachutists. I wonder if there's a skydiving school out here. I'll bet there is. No, thank you. You know, gravity affects me well enough. I don't need to subject myself to even more. It must be some experience dangling around in the sky like that, though. Left or right? North or south? I don't care. Let's just go this way. Snohomish. Am I in Snohomish? Skydive Snohomish. Yeah, I guess that's the skydiving school. Little stop at the store to get some water. Oh, what do we have going on here? Hope everybody's okay. Well, we still got a little bit of daylight left to enjoy a bit of riding around some more. So let's go up this highway here and actually pull over a little bit, because this jacket keeps doing this to me. It keeps coming unsnapped, and then this thing just flaps around in the wind. The other snaps don't do that, just this snap. So it might be time to replace that snap. I already had to replace these ones. Anyway. On to the highway. Highway 9 north. I know roughly where I'm at. I think this highway is going to join up with Highway 2, which, if you saw the video of me cruising out to the eastern Washington, that's the highway I took to get out there. We're not going to go that far this evening. I think I'm going to actually turn the other way and head into the setting sun. And I guess I'll probably just ride that highway till the sun goes down. Highway 2, heading west. This Highway 2 basically terminates in the town of Everett, and I'm not going all the way there. In fact, I'm going to go here wherever this is, because I don't want to end up way out in Everett. I think I'm just going to cruise on these slow roads for a little bit. What's up here? I keep finding myself looking for a coffee place, but it's just about 9 o'clock, and you know, ever since I've been married, suddenly caffeine after a certain time is forbidden, along with a myriad of other things that are forbidden, and fair enough. But I still find myself really wanting a nice cup of coffee in the evening, and even though I'm not allowed, I'm not allowed, I can't help myself but go, ooh, coffee, because coffee's so good after dinner. No, I cannot do it. I must stick to my vows. Yeah, I am good and lost now. Feels good. Feels good to be lost. I'm still seeing Teslas and Audis though, so it hasn't turned completely into pickup trucks. So we're not that far from civilization. Feels like we're pretty far away from civilization. Yeah, take a break, get some fuel. Why not? Fresh fuel. Smells so good. Got some fuel. Had some water. Still got a little daylight left. Sunset takes forever this time of year. Well, thanks for tagging along with me this evening on a little after dinner run. I'm gonna head back now and go see Petya and have some decaf. Hope you guys liked the video. Like, comment, subscribe to Shishikamoto. I'll catch you on the next one. Okay, bye.